demonstrations I've seen, all of them, they go out, the first thing they do is they burn tires to cause chaos and fear, and then they attack police stations and they burn them down, and then they attack buildings of the government, different types of buildings, and they burn them down, and then they burn cars. My neighborhood has been completely wrecked by these people. If there is a particular incident of people coming out peacefully...
What is your name?
It's a Zawt al-Dahmani.
What do you call it? Completely destroyed?
No, like the local police station, yeah. The local government buildings. People were hiding in their flats for 2 days, scared of these people. But if there is a peaceful protest that came out demanding change and was handed heavily by the government, I don't know about it. I don't know about a particular incident, so I can't comment on them. What I'm saying is, we were happy to have these peaceful demonstrations and deal with them, but what happened, they have been hijacked, guys. Otherwise, why would these people have tanks, for God's sake? Imagine in any European city or state, you have people occupying the middle of the city with tanks and guns. What would the government, what would your government do? Imagine it, that your government would declare a curfew for a whole 24 hours and then deal with them violently and clear the city of these people. These people have guns in the middle of Libyan cities. If they want a constitution, if they want political freedom, let's talk, let's have a dialogue. Let's save the country and its wealth, the oil, from foreigners, from the Western imperialist powers. We're not talking about fantasies. These things have happened in the last few years in Afghanistan, in Iraq. They happened before that in Somalia. Okay, who's next, please?
You said the government is ready to talk and negotiate. Yesterday, it was announced in the eastern parts of the country the creation of the National Transition Council by former government ministers and officials. Would you be ready and happy to talk to them and negotiate? And what is your comment on the American foreign ministry saying they are having some talks and talks with the opposition inside Libya?
First of all, from the beginning, Saif al-Islam and the leader Muammar Gaddafi, they both said that the young people on the streets are our children, our sons, and we need to talk to them, and we need them to give up weapons and come and sit with us and talk. And the leader asked the tribes, because they are powerful institutions in Libya, to talk to their children and convince them to give up arms. So the talk about dialogue is not coming just now. We said this from the very beginning. Of course, the Western media especially, and the Arab media as well, chose not to highlight these parts of the leader's speech. And they only showed other parts that would serve their agenda. The leader talked very, very clearly. He said, these are our children, these are our sons, we need to talk to them, ask them, you, the elderly of the tribes, ask them to give up their weapons and come and sit, and we will make the necessary changes and move the country forward. As for the Americans talking to the eastern tribes, as I said, it's, as journalists, you have to ask the hard questions. What right does anyone have to intervene in our internal affairs? In Libya, we cannot talk to an American state, for example, or a European county and support them in their endeavor to break out of the country or have an armed rebellion against the government. Why don't you, I suggest to you, ask the Security Council the hard question. On what basis, what ground did the Security Council reach the agreement yesterday on Libya? The resolution 1970. What facts? Media reports? I mean, come on, guys. Libya is one country, and it has one state and one government, and people should rally under the umbrella of this one unified country. And if they need to implement political changes, they are welcome. We all feel the need for that. But this is leading us towards a very dark future. And I would like to call all Libyans from all political associations and from all tribes to gather under the Libyan flag. Doesn't matter what a flag, just the Libyan flag, and be one, and let's do this gradually and peacefully. Yeah.
What is the government planning to do to assist the thousands of people living at the moment in very squalid conditions at Tripoli and receiving assistance?
We're trying our best, and we are actually in the process of building a huge airport. And in building this new airport, the older one, the existing one, has suffered because it's under maintenance and because our energy and money and work is going to the new airport. So when this crisis took place, our existing airport was not equipped to deal with this crisis. The information I have is that the government is trying its best to help people move out and move in the country. But this might take a while because of the hardships we are going through. I'm going to have one last question, please. Our friend there, yes, please.
It looks like right now the government of Territorial controls basically Tripoli and many other pockets of the country. How plausible is it that government could someday reassert control over the country as a whole?
I would like to completely disagree with you. If we think of Libya as 4 regions, the east, the middle, and the west and the south, only the east is not under the government control. The whole, if you know the geography of Libya, you have to come to the middle of the coast and go to the borders of Tunisia and then go south to the borders of Chad and Niger. And all of these cities, which is most of Libya, are under the unified control of the Libyan state. What you have is the other way around. You have pockets, a pocket in Zawiya, in the middle of Zawiya, in this main square of Zawiya, and in Misrata we have some trouble, and that's it. Other cities, the big cities of the mid coast, the west and the south, are all with the unified Libya under the same state and government. So the pockets concept applies to the armed rebellion, not to the government. Thank you very much. No, I will have to go, sorry. But you are free to tour Tripoli today and talk to people. I'm trying my best to arrange for you guys to visit hospitals and prisons and meet with captured armed protesters. If you have any other requests, please forward them to me. I'm going to do my best to help you do your job. But please do remember, we are all here trying to move forward and save this country, and ask the hard questions, not just to us. You've been very good with me, but ask yourselves, ask the Security Council.
And at the end of this smoke-filled street, an intersection littered with bodies. I count a dozen, a grisly tableau of urban warfare. The victims' hands bound behind them. The rebels say they were executed by Gaddafi's men. But these bodies appear to be black Africans. Black Africans make up a large portion of Gaddafi's army, raising questions about whether the men were executed by the rebels.
These terrible scenes sum up the horror of parts of Tripoli now. Bodies strewn across the street, gunfire echoing through the sky, and large parts of the city remaining a no-go zone.